It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Carl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to the 100th episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only show that exposes viewers to Trisha Paytas, and yet they still watch. I'm your host, Carl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Who thought we'd get to 100 episodes? It's very exciting.
I lost a bet,
Yeah.
but I'm still excited to be here and be here with you, and thank you for being here. You know, there are rumors going around that Mike went to New Jersey and didn't see any drones, and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat, and you know what else? I'll play the super tips. Supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go to have an AI voice read your hilarious banter that you bring to the show. It's not just Mike and me with all the banter around
Wow.
here.
That's what AI is allowed for you folks. You guys can get in on the banter.
That's correct. And why don't we start right there? Now, to discuss the events of the day, banter is the way to reflect on events of the day. Carl and Blind Mike, banter! Banter! Am I ready for the banter just yet? We got to do it quick today. You know what? I need another sounder. Banter! Talk! Do you banter at me? Do you banter at me? And with my OCD, if I do two, I have to do three, obviously.
Here come the guys with the banter. The frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
Now, Mike, what I want to talk to you about today, to start off the show, and then we'll get into all the what's happening on social media. There's so many L's that are taking place just today.
Hopefully not in our chat. You guys better not.
Oh, no L's in the chat. We get very upset about that. We block people.
It
Our
ruins it
mods.
for everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope our mods are on this. Go ahead and ban anyone. Now, Nick Fuentes, you know who Nick Fuentes is.
Yes, I do.
He's in court because a woman came to his house and he sprayed her with pepper spray after he opened the door.
Ah, vagina.
Now that might be it. Now he claims that someone had tried to assassinate him the night before. He caught on his ring cam that someone showed up with weapons.
Someone tried to murder him. I don't think Nick Fuentes rises to the occasion of assassination.
Fair enough. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So he revealed the video today, and it came out that he revealed the attempted assassination from the footage that came out. Fuentes, I'm reading this article from Daily Dot. Fuentes was in court today appearing via Zoom after he was charged with pepper spraying a woman who went to his house. But the night before, according to Fuentes and corroborated by local police, an armed man was killed on his block. In a post on X, Fuentes said that a man appeared on his porch with a handgun and a crossbow and then killed his neighbor's two dogs.
The hell?
So what happened was this guy shows up, and people didn't believe this had anything to do with Nick Fuentes, probably.
Right.
But this guy shows up, shoots his neighbor's dogs, and then gets into a firefight with police and is killed. And he actually posted this on Twitter today. And what you can see here is this person walking up, and they have a crossbow, which is a weird way. He pulls out a handgun.
I'm
sets
not doing
the
anything with
crossbow
this.
down.
Don't worry. Let me approach.
Nick Fuentes has a lot of mail outside, too, he needs to get to. Ringing the doorbell. He's got his gun ready to go. It's, and he's just standing there waiting. He's wearing a motorcycle helmet.
Huh.
So that's pretty crazy. I could see why Nick would be alarmed the next day when some stranger comes to his house.
Yeah, I hate Nick Fuentes. I find him to be just like an edgelord troll
Sure.
with no substance. But, good for him, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is what you get. I mean, what he's famous for, and this is what really ticked people off, was his post-election slogan, "Your body, my choice." Got a lot of backlash for that, but that's the kind of trolling that he does.
I think it's really cool that Nick Fuentes doesn't fuck girls. He thinks he's. I think that's really awesome. But the people that follow, I talked about Nick Fuentes a couple times, like a year or two ago, and you'll get comments from people where they're like, "You're really jealous of a guy just because he has presidential hair and a great jawline." I'm like, what fucking homos? Like,
Yeah.
that's why you're following this guy?
Yeah. Also, Mike isn't looking at people's physical attributes.
That's a good point, too.
It's not what he's judging people on at all.
Yeah,
You got the
that's
wrong
not
guy
what I'm
there.
jealous of.
Christian Blast says, clearly Blind Mike is a Milo cuck. Yes. I think that's
Absolutely, yeah.
what we're finding
He's
out
also
here.
awesome. Him and Gavin McGinnis and all these guys who really believe what they're saying, man.
Milo lost me when he was a flaming homosexual and then came out and said, "You know what? I'm straight now." And I went, "Nope, doesn't go that way. Sorry."
I like
the way it
Milo a
works.
little more just because it's so ridiculous. Like, he's
Yeah.
clearly
He's getting into it.
trolling.
Yes,
Whereas Nick
correct.
Fuentes, like, wants you to believe he's a real guy.
Yes. Now, the other big news that just dropped today is Hawk Tua girl, Halley Welch. We've talked about her on the show. You've talked about her on your show. On my show, I've talked about her. And she put out this meme coin that tanked immediately. And there were some characters involved, Doc Hollywood, Howie Mandel's son-in-law. And so where did Halley Welch go after that call she had with CoffeeZilla? She
Yeah.
hasn't posted on Twitter. She hasn't put out a podcast in 2 weeks now. What's
Still
going
napping.
on? Everyone wants to know. I know a thing or two about napping. That's not what this is. She's trying to avoid something. So this news dropped today, and I'll pull this up. It says, Halley Welch sued over Hawk Tuo crypto project.
Damn.
The social
Sorry,
media
Haley.
personality
I tried.
Halley Welch has officially been sued over Hawk Tuo crypto project, according to Newsweek. Indeed, the Hawk Tuo girl is facing a lawsuit for the sale of her meme coin that had crashed 95% just hours after the project had launched.
She was just too dumb. I tried my best to defend her. Obviously, she should face whatever jail time is associated with a crime like this. But she's dumb enough that she put her name on all of this. Like, not just saying, like, you call it Hawk Coin, signing whatever that takes to sign over, but, like, to actually be the one running the show and be culpable for all this.
Right.
I'm just disappointed she's that dumb. But
I don't think it's a jailable offense. I don't think it's criminal.
oh, okay.
Because it's not like the SEC is going to be involved in this. It's a meme coin.
Right.
If you're dumb enough to purchase one, you're dumb enough to lose all your money.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad saying that because people don't know. There's so much, NFTs and all this shit. No one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Well, I don't even necessarily call it. I know I said the same thing. Like, if you're dumb enough to invest in it, it's gambling. Someone said,
Right.
like, a lot of people that invested probably said, hey, a bunch of people will buy this because it's funny the first day it's out. Hopefully I sell in time. And a lot of them probably didn't, unfortunately. So it's not necessarily dumb people. That's true. But, like, it's a gamble at the very least. You shouldn't put your
Yes.
life savings.
You should put your life savings into a meme coin or anything crypto related, obviously. And so I don't think there's anything legal about it, but the fact that she's getting sued, obviously there's a civil action that can take place. And I imagine there's a number of people who want to get in line for that.
Right. I just wish Doc Hollywood's name was on more of this because he's just a less likable guy,
He's such a douchebag. I was reading some articles about him, how he marries into a family worth like $80 million. Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
And that whole thing. And he's still trying to grift people and scam people. It's like, dude, you're
That's a
good.
point.
You're good now.
That-
you got
that's
a nice
an addiction.
house.
That's an addiction. Speaking of gambling, that's an addiction
Right.
in itself.
Why do you
where
need
he
to
must
do
just
that?
need to feel that. It's good that he used. He felt very believable when he used the word foundation 78 times in his defense to
I know.
CoffeeZilla. But
Where's the money going? At the foundation.
it's a
but,
what don't you get? It's a foundation.
yeah, but who owns the foundation? Does Haley get any money? The foundation gets the money. What aren't you
Foundation
understanding?
owners own the foundation. What aren't you
Yeah.
following?
It's like talking about the Federal Reserve. You're just like, okay, but who's the Federal Reserve? It's the Federal Reserve. What else do you need to know? Shut up. Too many questions. All right, the third thing I want to talk to you about. Again, breaking news. And more people taking L's today. And flat earthers had a very bad day today.
Is that right?
Yes.
They found a globe.
So this guy, Jaron Campanella, he decided to go down to Antarctica. Now, Antarctica is really what flat earth is all based around. They say we're not allowed there. The government won't let us go there because it's actually this ice wall that is the perimeter of the entire flat earth.
Yeah.
Now, they don't think that during the winter solstice that there would be 24 hours of daylight because they think that the sun rotates around the earth instead of vice versa.
Right.
So this guy goes down to prove once and for all the flat earth exists. And this is what happened.
Now turn it over to the flat earthers. Who would like to go first? So obviously you all know Jaron Campanella of Jaronism, one of the most popular flat earth YouTube channels.
Not for long. All right, guys. Sometimes you are wrong in life. And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it.
Yeah.
But I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "Do you want to go? I'll take you." And brought me here, and it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the south.
I can't
So,
believe
what does
this
that
is
mean?
the guy. He seems perfectly reasonable.
Right, yeah, I know. He's just like, I'm going to take my lumps on this one and we'll regroup tomorrow and figure it out.
Oops.
I know. This is quite the reaction. I mean, it's a lot of work to go to the Antarctica and figure this out.
That has
too.
to be, so I didn't know all that about flat earth. Excuse me.
Okay.
I didn't know that it was all based on Antarctica and thinking that the government won't allow us there or something.
Yep.
That has to be like not just getting there and seeing that it exists. That like when you're waiting at the airport and you're like, okay, it seems like they're letting us on the plane. This is a little fishy. And then you're on the plane and
Right.
you're flying there. Like
Right,
that
yeah.
whole time has to be kind of like, fuck.
That's a good.
This
That's a
might
really
have been a
good point.
colossal waste of time.
Because this event, there's like 3 flat earthers and 12. They call them globers or something. Whatever. It's stupid. So yeah, you got to think they're like, hey, how come all these guys who believe the opposite of us are so confident? What's going on here? This is weird.
Wait a second.
You know, don't tell me Mike and Carl are globetards, says S. We are, you know what? If you're a flat earther, don't even listen to our show, man. We don't need you here. We're globers. So what I believe Joey Diaz believes, that, and I've covered this when he was on with Rosanna, but I remember.
Oh, good.
Is that there's that ice wall, the perimeter, and the reason why we're not allowed to know that the earth is flat is because there's also other shit on the other side of that wall that the government gets to utilize and we don't get to know about.
Oh. It's weird that Joey Diaz knows about it, though.
But only Joey Diaz knows about it for some reason. So that was a bad day for the flat earthers today. They're going to have to regroup. Well, let me play a little bit more of this because I believe he pretty much says that they're like, well, we'll figure out why we got this one wrong and we'll come back with an explanation.
You guys are going to have to figure that out yourself. Don't.
Oh, yeah. Let me back this up a little bit. I think I was right in the middle of that.
And brought me here, and it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the south. So what does that mean? You guys are going to have to figure that out yourself. Don't listen to my beliefs or my opinion. It shouldn't matter to you. But at least you should be able to accept that the sun does exactly what these guys said as far as circles the southern continent. So,
sir, the sun is not circling anything. This is why you got this wrong. It's the rotation of the earth is why you're witnessing the sun in different parts of the sky.
No. We'll figure out what the sun's circling.
Yeah, why is the sun circling like this?
That much we know.
Who tipped off the sun? Who are you? Who do you work for, son?
It is funny because you would think any flat earther is either a complete troll or like a
Yeah.
deranged lunatic. And then you hear this guy and he's like, you win some, you lose some. I guess I was wrong about this.
That's
Sorry,
exactly
gang.
what they said it would be. And, hats off to them. They
Yeah.
had it figured out. I didn't realize.
Hey, both teams played hard. We played a good game.
Yes.
And
We're going to check out some super chats and super tips. But first, I want to head over to Twitter real quick.
Look at this tweet now.
Because, I mentioned the drones over New Jersey.
yes.
And Donald Trump took to Twitter. Thank God Donald Trump's back on Twitter. How fun is this for everyone?
It's the greatest.
Yes, and he decided to troll Chris Christie with this image of the drones carrying McDonald's down to Chris Christie, who is double fisting burgers and chowing down.
It's the president of the United States. He's like,
I know.
Hey, fatso.
And Michael Malice writes on here, he's the first comment here, he says, a picture worth 1,000 pounds. Which is very fun.
There's no political reason. It's just Trump giggling. He's like, that's pretty funny.
Well, then there's people down here like W Smile says, I voted for you, Trump, but I really wish you'd abstain from this type of posting. Why?
That's not bad Trump.
Yeah, we can all get behind this.
Yeah. There was something, and I was half like, it's kind of crazy that he's doing this, and half like, fuck yeah, America's back, baby.
Yup.
Like I think a week or two after he won the election, he tweeted something to the effect of, the Middle East better get their shit together before I get in office. Otherwise, hellfire will rain down on them. And I was like, America, baby,
Let's
we're
go.
back.
Let's go. It's like Team America.
Yeah.
We're living in the movie now. It's great. We're the
He
world
does
police.
juice you up.
All right, let's hit some super chats.
Yay, super chats.
Starting with Miguel, 999 says, I was on vacation for the last 2 weeks and had a horrible feeling that if I didn't make an offering to the goal, the begging monster would do unspeakable things to me. Spare me, please. Thank you, Miguel. I will be able to spare you from the begging monster for 1 week and 1 week only.
I hope it wasn't staying on the 13th floor where the Beggy monster lives.
Is that where he lives? That's scary.
Yes.
Rocco Orby 2002 $5 says, by saying he went to federal court for a title, SJ tried to sound he was an episode of Jag, but ended up in an episode of Night Court. I like that.
My favorite part about that whole saga, him in court while he's in class,
Yeah.
was like, I didn't know, maybe you guys did as you were watching it, but I didn't know as I was watching it the first time what he was in court for. And there's this whole buildup of like, I thought I was in a courtroom, the safest place in the world. And he's going
Federal
on this
courtroom.
diatribe.
Yeah, yep.
And then he goes, so anyways, I got fined $10 and I paid it. It's like,
Yep.
that's what this was all over? $10?
He got pulled over and didn't have his registration in the state of Florida and then got his registration. It's like, this is something that I don't even know if he had to go to court for this.
Unless you have to fight the $10 because you can't afford it.
Yeah, do you need to talk to a judge about this? Like, yeah, I got to register now. Like, okay, thanks. I Come Buckets $2 says, funniest comedian, a woman according to Blind Simp. Oh boy, my controversial
Best
list.
of the year. It was a down year, I admit, but
Controversial list.
listen, guys, leave your suggestions in the comments.
Anthony Jeselnik. Jimmy's neglected mother $2 says, rumor on X is that she talked to her own life. No, Jimmy's neglected mother.
I hope not. People were making videos of like her running from the guy. They put like a police chase, but it was Hawk Tua, shit like that going around.
That's fun. All right, let's see what Anonymous is up to over here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. John's still arguing whether he
Oh,
resigned
you can hear that?
or was
I can't hear that.
fired. Oh, did you not hear that come through?
No.
Son of a bitch. Why would that be? Did no one hear? No audio, says Silent Shape. Well, then I have to figure this out then real quick because I can hear it on my end.
Oh boy. I heard it start and then
You heard it start.
like I could tell it was John. I heard it long for a split
Let me
second.
try it again and then I'll do a quick troubleshoot thing.
Yeah. I didn't. Feels like you're listening to it still.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's not
I
coming
heard-
through.
I heard I didn't, and that's it.
Oh, that's really weird. Then there's no reason why that should happen. That's going to be hard to troubleshoot if it's cutting off. Yo, you know what? Jeez. I know what to do, Mike. I'm a pro.
Oh boy.
No, I don't. I could reboot.
I thought you were going to reenact them.
I could try to do that. Let me reboot OBS and see if that does anything for us. Okay. And in the meantime, while I'm playing around with that, I have some new music for us.
All right.
To check out. This one comes in from the Great Sea Moose. Gave us a new Christmas classic. It's that time of year for us to enjoy.
Where's Mike Patino at? Christmas we love New York City, lights on the Statue of Liberty. We can shop on Fifth Avenue and buy gifts, that's all we can do. Butler is gone, but Kevin is there, let's visit him. What do you think? Let's go through Central Park on a sleigh, but we gotta get home, Santa's on his way. In Spanish they say Feliz Navidad, this Christmas. When we're away, we know you miss us. All I can say is excuse my Christmas. With goblins we just got done, and now there's lots of mistletoe around. After Santa travels through outer space, will hang with us, and Christmas will be next. Santa, I won't be naughty no more. Not let
I don't know. It's pretty catchy though. It's a real toe tapper. Kind of doesn't go anywhere, does it?
It really does. I was waiting for something.
Kind of doesn't do anything.
Jesus Christ.
That is in from the Great Sea Moose. That's Jen Terry.
Oh, I know Jen.
Yeah, Jen
Now
Terry
it all makes so much
with a
sense.
Christmas classic.
last year's or the year before. I'll hang my stockings and hope for some gifts. I have so many presents on my Christmas list. In Spanish they say Feliz Navidad, this Christmas. When we're away, we know you miss us. All I can say is excuse my Christmas. I love the cold.
All right. I don't know if modulating there was a good idea.
It's amazing. There's nothing there, but like it is catchy for some reason. Like I'll be humming that later.
I don't think you will. I think you're going to forget what that was.
That's possible, but
All right. I'm going to try this again. Fingers crossed. I've rebooted OBS. Let's see if this
right.
does the trick. Huh?
oh no.
Oh, no. Really? Nothing at all? Could you hear the beginning again this time?
No.
Not even the beginning.
No.
Son of a bitch. Captain Cheese 10 bucks says, I have been instructed by one Vincent Paulino to wish Carl a happy birthday. Well, thank you very much, Captain Cheese, for
Happy
the $10. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe Balin can make this work. Let's find out.
All right. Oh, no. No.
So it literally, you heard it for a second.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that happening?
I don't know.
Doesn't even make sense. All right, let me try to reboot Super Tips and see if that does the trick.
Okay.
And then we'll.
All these stars are waiting to be heard from. Balin Dupree,
I know
Stuttering John.
Balin's got her own TV show. She's still talking to us chumps.
I know.
It's amazing. Let's try this. Here we go. And now it's doing. All right, we try this. Is that working at all?
No.
God damn it.
I can hear something very faintly.
Oh, Moody is saying check echo cancellation. Good call. I did just reset things. No, I don't have echo cancellation on. That is not the issue on this one. Moody, fix it.
Moody has built a faulty system. Now he's
Fix
trying
it,
to blame
Moody.
echolocation or whatever he said.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'm going to log back into that. Anyway, Anonymous says, put the ranch down. Did someone say Who Are These Socials has 100 episodes? I love guys who make podcasts with 100 episodes. You do? Ooh. I actually have a couple of those.
Well.
I'm just saying, you know.
That was WATP 6 times over.
The creep offs, that's a couple hundred. Malin? I know. She has a boyfriend. I get it.
For now.
For now, yeah. We'll see what happens now that she's a big star. She's probably want to
follow along on the reality show. I bet there will be some twists and turns.
She's going to want to hang out with other celebrities. That's usually what happens.
That's a good point.
All right, one more try at this. So let's see what happens, and then I'll give up. No, nothing?
No. I heard the beginning again, but no.
All right. And then after she says that, Woke Dad says, guys who have 100 episode podcasts have the biggest, juiciest cocks.
I wish we heard that one.
I know. It's too bad. Kind of could have finally heard what Woke Dad really thinks about us.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. Well, I don't know what the deal is with that. So I apologize. I'm actually going to do something. My internet looks like it's slow. I don't know if I'm dragging or not.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to do something that's going to kick me out for a second, but it doesn't matter because you're a pro, Mike.
Oh, goody.
You'll be able to cover for me. So,
all right.
drones in New Jersey and go.
All right. Well, folks, it's very important that we get these super tips working. That's really the most important thing. God forbid we do a show and just get to the end. The super tips really keep this thing afloat.
Yeah, Moody.
Oh, he's still here.
I am still here. It doesn't seem like me switching over to the hard line took me offline at all, so that's good. Holy shit. KJ coming in with $100.
Oh my God.
KJ, thank you so much. Don't celebrate your birthday, Carl. You're a grown man and it is gay. Please buy something nice for Jenny Jiggles. That's what I was doing today, KJ. Don't you worry. There was no birthday celebration going on in my house.
Good.
I was Christmas shopping today.
Oh,
and I went on Mike Kelta's show this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was fun. It was interesting. It was a phoner. I wasn't on video, so there's a bunch of people in a studio, and then you on a phone. You don't get to talk too much, but
he seems like a decent sport. I know he's had some beef with my guy Louis J. Gomez and other people over the years. He can be a bit of a snark, but
he also has had some beef with my buddy Patrick Melton.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. He's from Tampa originally. Patrick is, but I did bring up that because it came up in conversation. I did bring up that I think Chad Zumock is a slow, and everyone in the studio laughed. So apparently they know a lot about Chad Zumock.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's good. But KJ, thank you so much. You're so generous. You sent me an awesome gift for Christmas to our P.O. box. You can find it at whoarethese.com. And she's one of the good ones.
Thank you,
KJ. And then, holy shit, look at this. Anonymous with $5 says, happy birthday, Carl. Mike, you're fired from Kirk Minahan.
Oh, no.
Is that what Kirk Minahan is saying?
Hopefully Dave Portnoy calls me back in 5 minutes, and I'm back on.
Is that how that works usually?
Sometimes.
Don't, yeah. All right, let's head over to YouTube and see what's doing.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
Well, we were talking about your comedy list, your top 10 specials of the year you put up on your Patreon. And I'm surprised this guy didn't make the list, but maybe next year.
Yeah, once he puts out a full hour. This wasn't the best TikTok comics. This guy's definitely on it. When he puts out the hour, that's when I'll be talking about him.
So Matt Fish sent this in on our Discord. Of course, if you want to participate in Discord, it's free to join. Just go to whoarethese.com, find the link there. And there's a channel for Who Are These Socials. And this is Brian Karem's son, Wyatt Karem. And he's back up there doing what he does.
Do we know, is
material.
Obviously, he's an open micer, right? He's not getting like actual gigs.
Correct, yeah. These are like 5-minute long sets.
Okay, all right.
Were you about to get angry?
Angry is the wrong word. I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I guess more curious.
Yeah, okay. Let's check it out.
Give it up for Wyatt Karem!
Great song choice.
So I just recently got back from Mexico, visiting my girlfriend's family for the first time. Dad, you want to know what her advice was to me? Don't be so white. Fuck yeah, I think we have a problem there, you know? I mean, I'm so white that for a whole year, my best friend thought my name Wyatt was actually pronounced white. I always thought how unoriginal he must have thought my parents were. Like, did I just pop out and they're like, holy shit, honey, he's a beautiful white baby. You know what? Let's name him that. He'll do great in America.
Oh, God.
His best friend thought his name was White instead of Wyatt.
But why? It's not spelled that way.
For a year, he thought that.
He'll do great in America. We haven't had a president white. What the fuck is he talking about?
And there's been Whiteys,
I suppose.
famous Whiteys for sure. But
I
yeah.
guess.
Also, I like that he goes, I just got back from Mexico meeting my girlfriend's family, and people applauded that.
I was going to say it's a hot crowd. He's
Yeah,
working,
right.
He's
Like,
working
yeah.
at an advantage here.
All right, Mexico, let's go. What the fuck are we applauding right now? What are you talking about?
Ugh. I was so white that my parents were scared I was going to get killed down in Mexico. So, you
You know, the other thing that's weird about this guy, now I happen to know who his dad is. I watch him on Stuttering John's political show. But he's 30 years old. And he talks about his parents a lot. In his set, like, this isn't the first time we've heard
30?
this. Yeah.
I always assumed he was very young. I don't know why.
Let me look it up. I thought he was 30, but he's definitely not very young.
No, I'm not, I mean very
He's an
young
adult.
in early 20s. I thought maybe just out of college or something.
Does anyone in the chat know Wyatt Karem's age? I'd be curious. I think he's
boy.
30.
I was so white that my parents were scared I was going to get killed down in Mexico.
This crowd
So,
again,
to
what
make
the
them
fuck?
feel better, it's like,
I know. They're just like, yeah, white people do be getting killed in Mexico.
Oh,
All right.
man, you said it, brother.
Mom, Dad, remember, I have severe clinical depression. If anything, they're just helping a brother out, you know?
Nice.
They didn't like that joke, you know? Apparently, parents don't really like it when you joke around about suicide, you know? Ugh.
I get the feeling that wasn't a creative joke that he just put together.
You think he's suicidal?
It's based in reality. And then he really did tell his parents that. They're just like, do you need to talk to someone?
Well, you can tell it's based in reality because there's nothing there. There's no setup of why his life is so bad or anything like that. It's just a guy coming out going, I'm white and I want to kill myself.
Exactly.
All right. We're off to the races.
Yeah, I did notice a couple things, though, when I was down in Mexico. Like, all the white people down there all find one another, and they form these little white gangs. So every time I passed one of them, I would go up to them and start singing, when you're a jet all the way. Yeah, I probably shouldn't quote a movie from the 1950s, you know.
Also, were those white people? Wasn't that Spanish Harlem where West Side Story took place? The fucking idiot.
It takes away from the joke to be like, I shouldn't quote a movie. We knew it was from the movie. That was the whole point of the joke.
Right.
You don't then go, I probably shouldn't quote a movie from the 1950s, because you're just telling the audience, like, that's what this is, by the way, gang. If you didn't get it, that's from a movie from the 50s. Just
It
so
sounds like
everyone-
it sounds like that's part of his act, too, to say that. I probably shouldn't have quoted him. Like, he immediately went to that.
You're right about the age thing is weird to me now.
He's 29, according to Captain Cheese.
It's still it's
29.
like a kid who just left home. Like, he feels weird leaving his parents for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, my parents warned me about leaving the house. And boy, were they right.
They said Mexico's a whole different country than where I'm from. They were right about that. I'm going to back this up because he gets a reaction from an audience member that's funny.
I would go up to them and start singing, when you're a jet all the way. Yeah.
I heard a guy go, oh, wow. That would be me at the show, just like, oh, wow. He thought that was a punchline. Okay.
You know what? You should go down. Leave the resort when you're in Mexico.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't quote a movie from the 1950s, you know. Also, any dog lovers in the house? Who wants a dog, right?
Nice segue.
This is the best crowd. This is like me at a Tom Myers show.
Yes, correct.
People are loving it.
I like that segue. He's talking about being in gangs in Mexico. And he goes, also, any dog lovers? What?
That's a real statement on what he thinks of the Mexican people.
Yes, what he could have said was, my girlfriend, though, she just got a dog. Any dog lovers? Yeah, because you were talking about your girlfriend a second ago. It would have made a little bit more sense.
I was down there dealing with Mexicans. Speaking of dogs.
Speaking of fleas.
Well, if you want one, go down to Mexico, because in 3 days, I counted 100 stray dogs. You could literally go down there, pick one of those fuckers up, and bring them home. Kind of what the Border Patrol does.
Seven dogs. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, right. Can you please stop counting dogs? My parents are thinking you're weird now. It's not great. Also,
when you get to 85, that's exhausting.
It's enough. I love that he thinks that Mexico's the only place where there's like a bunch of dogs that don't have owners. Yeah, it's true in this country too, by the way, just so you know.
It's most countries, way more than here.
Right.
Pick one of those fuckers up and bring them home. Kind of what the Border Patrol does to the Mexicans, you know?
So true.
I did also notice some similarities between the United States and Mexico. Like in both countries, the Mexicans are the ones who clean our toilets. Yeah.
I'm not sure I get it,
honey.
What do you mean, Mike?
I mean, I get it. But
yeah, okay. You get it.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Not great. And he really like gave that a lot of space too. He's like, all right, I'll wait for them to figure this one out. He thought that was going to get a big pop, I think.
Should immigrants be moving to Mexico to clean their toilet? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if he could work out a joke where Americans were cleaning toilets in Mexico, that could be funny.
Right.
But it says just like, well, yeah, of course.
Germans be coming over to clean toilets in the third world country?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is really great, though, dating a girl who comes from a family of immigrants. And, you know, they just get a bad rep, you know, in today's news and shit. Like, just the other day, they showed me how to properly eat my dog. And we had the cat for dessert, so, you know, it was delicious.
Oh, okay.
Is he mixing up his nationalities here?
Yes. A, yes. B, you wouldn't have another meat product as a dessert. It doesn't even fucking make sense. Fucking idiots.
We've got steak for dinner, and here's some pork.
Yeah, like,
hope you've got a sweet tooth.
All right. I can't watch anymore. Let's check out King Cobra.
Yes, we haven't talked about the king in a while. He's riding high.
He is. He had that big breakup with his girlfriend, Jessica, who's also a streamer. Mm-hmm. And it was just recently Ozzy Osbourne's birthday.
That's a big day, and I didn't realize this is a massive day in Cobra's world.
It is. He's a big Ozzy guy. And Jessica, she's trying to get his attention.
Yes.
She still loves King Cobra, and who wouldn't?
Of course.
And
very desirable man.
So apparently she was streaming, talking about Ozzy. She did up her makeup like Ozzy. She wrote Ozzy on her fingers, just like King Cobra has. And King Cobra is not having any of that.
No.
It's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video. It was Ozzy Osbourne's birthday yesterday, and I spent the day getting drunk and eating a fat burrito.
Nice.
What was the drink combo? We're going to recreate it. As far as the burrito goes, I already ate it. So for starters, Jessica Boyle wants to say all this shit about me on her channel. Like, I don't see your Ozzy knuckles, for one, Jessica, and two, it's like, you're just saying this crap because you're bitter about the breakup. Her obsession with me is cute, but she'll never get closure for the breakup, and it's low-key pissing her off, so she's going to sit or do anything she can to get me to lose my shit on camera and be like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, don't give her the satisfaction.
Good for you.
He is. I've thought this a lot in the last couple times we've talked about King Cobra. Of all the people we talk about on any of our shows, I think King Cobra might be the most well-adjusted.
Interesting.
And I mean of anyone. Chili DeCastro, John Cirasani, Stuttering John, Aaron Imholt, any of these people.
What do you mean by well-adjusted then? Because he's a raging alcoholic and a loser.
He's a mess of a human being. But his mentality, his mindset about this stuff, I'm specifically talking about getting trolled.
Right.
Like, he's the best at it by far.
He's a pro. He knows the deal.
He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's like, sometimes he's like, hey, you know, I do this so my trolls can get mad in the comments. Like, he's placating them. He knows what he's doing more so than any of these people.
Does he ever threaten to leave and make it so the trolls have nothing to talk about anymore? Because that's what Stuttering John likes to do.
He may. I haven't heard him do that, though.
I don't think he does. He loves the celebrity. He loves being the center of attention.
Yeah, he says he wants to give them fun. He said, I would feel bad not streaming today because you guys wouldn't be able to shit on me. Like, he said that before.
Yes. He loves being a celebrity. He enjoys it.
I'm a Cobra guy through and through. Like, watching him deal with this breakup, like I said, Aaron Imholt didn't deal with a breakup this well, and he presents as a regular human being.
Well, here's how he celebrated Ozzy's birthday. Now that you've just mentioned that he's well-adjusted. Let's see what you think about this.
Not totally.
I pretty much spent the whole day drinking, eating a burrito, and listening to Ozzy's music.
I didn't mean
order
as an
Ozzy
adult.
A pretty sweet birthday gift, not gonna lie. But that's for neither here nor there. And it doesn't matter how much money I spent on it, but I did spend a little bit over $100 on it.
So he bought Ozzy a gift for his birthday. Now, this reminded me of Jim Norton. Do you remember when Jim Norton had Ozzy on Opie and Anthony and bought these Beatles books?
The books were left on the counter.
He was so excited about it. That was the just going to the gym and eating better.
Eating better.
Yes. That was that episode where he bought these expensive hardcover heavy books and gave them to Ozzy for his birthday. And thanks. He's like, I know you love the Beatles. And then Ozzy leaves the studio after the interview and Jimmy looks over and there's his pile of books.
I mean, who among us hasn't left leftovers on the table? You know,
It was so brutal. It was so funny. Jimmy finally thought this, like, hey, this is my buddy Ozzy. He's gonna like the gift I got him.
Yes, I realized after hearing that clip, well-adjusted was the wrong phrase.
I know what you mean, though. That's why I asked.
If I had a swarm of people coming after me and call me a loser on the internet, I would follow, more than anyone else we cover, the King Cobra method. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yes, I agree with you. I think he's handling things as well as a guy like him can.
Yes.
Now, this is, again, talking about his ex, Jessica.
Yeah.
Jessica Boyle's fucking insufferable. She doesn't play guitar. She doesn't have Ozzy knuckles.
She doesn't play guitar. Neither do you, King. You can't play guitar worth shit.
But it'd be nice. Sometimes it'd be nice to be serenaded, you know? I get what he's saying.
That's hilarious.
It's not about who's Ozzy's biggest fan. It's about a lot of people support him. And she's just saying this crap on YouTube because she wants attention and she's bitter about the breakup. Like, I was listening to Ozzy Osbourne for a long time before I ever fucking met her, so she is dumb. You bought Ozzy Osbourne a birthday gift? Yes, I did. And I spent a little bit over $100 on it, but when dealing with a psycho ex-girlfriend like Jessica Boyle, I've learned to just not let her shit get to me. She's insufferable. Nobody likes her. She's just bitter about the breakup, and she'll never get over me. It's fucking sad.
It is.
Well, Jessica liked what I provided. She should have thought about that before biting the hand that feeds.
Out of the way, Cobra. You tell that bitch.
Or biting the hand that finger blasts her, for that matter.
You're damn right.
I got to say, my takeaway from this, I think King Cobra is well prepared to go another 6 years without getting any pussy.
Absolutely.
This guy is just like, I've gone through 6-year dry spells before. I'm fine with that. I'll
find another pig to fuck in 6 years and
Yeah,
she'll
I'll
go
easily
crazy,
do that.
and I know how to handle it. No big deal.
It's a hilarious way to live his life, I got to be honest.
How's he going to get Ozzy this gift?
He's not. Right? I don't get
He's going to
that
attempt
part.
to. He spent $100, right? He's going to try.
$100 on a gift. I'd love to know what it was. Do you think Ozzy needs anything that
Can you imagine?
King Cobra could give him?
Imagine an Instagram post from Ozzy. Cobra, thank you so much.
Yeah, they do a whole episode of it on the Osbournes. Are they still doing that podcast?
They can't be, right?
I think they are.
Oh, God.
Fithian, $9.99. Onward Utica fight right through that line. Make a touchdown. Touchdowns sure are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Go Utica. Fithian,
This
thank
guy
you.
again. I forgot about
Thank
that.
you very much for the $10. Turn Ferguson, member for 3 months, says, Mike, you've ruined my life. The amount of fake dialogue in my head from Coach HP and Woke Dad is maddening. Let's set tonight's goal at $7,300.
I particularly appreciate Coach HP getting in someone's head. It's not everyone's favorite, but those who like him love him.
He's wild. Turd Ferguson, $5. For the goal, start the rally. Yes, let's start the rally. Turd Ferguson, thank you very much. $5. We're almost at the goal.
I assume you've seen the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You made it to the top 4 yet?
You're going to get there.
Come on, gang. Who wants to be atop the leaderboard?
Troy, I know. There's nothing.
There's no incentive.
There's no incentive. You don't get anything. He writes your name on that stupid board behind him. It's embarrassing. And
Definitely
for months,
miscalculated.
it was just the Vikings record. So it's not an important board to be on. Troy Smith, $5, says, happy birthday, Carl. But enough about you. Look out for me on Topic Time with Harrison Blake Young, available next Thursday. That's right.
Whoa.
My boy Troy Smith, who made that, if you can look at his avatar right now, he made a killer hamburger for a horror movie. I got my photo taken with it when we were in Detroit last time. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He also does a lot of our posters, all of the posters we've done in Detroit that are all fantastic. And Troy's going to be on with Harrison Young.
How does I think I've messaged with Troy before.
Yeah.
I know Harrison Young. I don't think the booking process is too rigorous. But like you said, hey Harrison, I do a podcast. Why don't we do a podcast together? Did Troy Smith just say like, hey Harrison, I listen to podcasts. Would you have me on?
Troy's an artist.
Okay.
So Troy actually has things to promote. He's got his Instagram. He's got content that he puts out there in the world.
Okay.
Now, Harrison Young's had some other guests that I don't know if they need to be guests on the show.
Nick Kardashian or whatever that guy's name was.
I'm not going to say any names, but there's been a few that I'm like, I don't know if that's the right guest. But I'm surprised you haven't gone on his show yet, Mike.
I would love to. I don't know. If you give me his contact info, I'd happily reach out to him.
Adam Thoreau is my my go-between.
Oh, okay. I know him.
Harrison Young, yeah.
All right.
But you guys are all New Englanders.
Oh yeah, maybe I could be in studio.
You could maybe go in studio. That'd be amazing.
see the Young compound.
Neelax 44 $2. Is SJ ghostwriting Wyatt Karem's jokes? It's very possible because John bragged about introducing Wyatt to Jay Leno.
Hey, let me know if your son needs any more help with the comedy stuff.
Seriously,
I'm doing a one-man show. He can open for me.
Very possible based on what I've seen. All right, let's head over to our favorite subreddit.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit!
Now, our favorite subreddit is Zero COVID Community. And I wish I was telling you we were reading these from 3 or 4 years ago.
It's always my favorite part.
But alas, this is from 2 days ago. It says, does anyone else feel healthier after wearing a mask everywhere?
A sentence that is completely like convincing yourself that you're normal.
Oh, yeah. I stopped masking consistently 2 years ago because it all felt hopeless. 2 months ago, I started wearing masks to keep my face warm. My health has improved so much. I have a chronic stomach issue and has almost completely disappeared since I started masking. Has anyone else been through this? Any ideas on why this could be? Is it psychological? Now that sentence right there, is it psychological? I thought
there's a chance.
There's got to be like on subreddits, there's rules. They always list the rules, no doxing, no, whatever it is. There's got to be a rule on this subreddit. Like, don't bring up that things are psychological, that we're all mental patients.
Don't question anything.
Yeah, right. Like, don't bring up the fact that this is all mental, please.
No, you're right. Because I did the exact same thing. When I saw that comment or that last line, I thought it would be all like trolling this person. And they're like, oh my God, same. Like my life is just so much better since I've been wearing a mask. Everything's perfect now.
Oh, Prudent Summer says, not psychological. Masks can filter out a ton more than COVID. Smog particles, pet dander, dust, pollen, etc. Glad you're feeling the benefit from it.
Remember the thing they did where people were blowing like vape smoke through the masks?
Yeah.
It does nothing.
It does nothing. And then another person down here, AT Hiker Forever, says, before the pandemic, when I would catch even a minor cold, I would cough for 2 to 8 weeks. One winter, I caught 2 colds and coughed for 4 months straight. Now, I am pretty diligent about wearing masks. Aside from the one time that I caught Omicron, I have not been sick one time. I have not had a cough in 5 years.
Almost like it's not that bad.
Almost like it's psychological.
But I like that. This kind of disproves their whole thing where they're like, once this human-eating disease swept the nation, I've been totally healthy.
Yes, right. Just because of this cloth mask that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works. Can you imagine? I had a cold twice in the summer or in a winter and coughed for 4 months straight. That's a bad roommate. That's a bad roommate right there.
Sorry, I had a cold in August.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right, here's another post from our favorite community. It says, people in your life lying about masking day to day. That's the subject line. And this person writes, I'm sure it's a woman, says, this is about my father. When I was sick last week, with probably COVID, and isolating until I tested negative 3 times in a row on a rapid test, me and my dad had a really good conversation about him potentially masking more, and he was open to the idea when I gave him an Eclipse N95, which has a foam nose bridge, which helps you not get glasses fogged up. He was just so excited.
I'm sure.
Come to find out, he lied to me because whenever he's gone out of the house, he hasn't worn the mask I gave him, not even once. My younger sibling went to the phone store with him, and they reminded him to wear a mask politely, and he refused. When my sibling told me, I froze. Why do people lie and say that they'll keep you safe and then go around not doing that? This sucks because I live with him, and there is no way I can get a job to get out of my current living situation. Looks like I'll have to go back to masking in my own home, using an air purifier in my bedroom, and isolating in my room again. I hate it here.
It must be written by a child, I guess. But
yes.
Well, the idea, like, this dad is like, honey, it's not Christmas yet. Why are you giving me this mask? It's too early. I should be opening this on Christmas morning and clicking my heels with joy. Like, I'm sure he was watching the fucking game, and he's like, oh, yeah, totally, I'll mask up, yeah.
Well,
definitely.
yeah, you know what this reminds me of is when a father will pretend they're into Billie Eilish or Taylor Swift. They're just like, no, I love your music. This is great.
It's really good.
Yeah, he's just trying to relate. He just wants to have a relationship. Like, oh, yeah, masking is awesome. I'm totally into masking. He's like, fuck you, I'm not wearing a mask.
It's also kind of scary. Like, that's what, like, I guess the media is doing to people or something, where this is a young person that got like this, whose parents aren't even absorbed. It's not the parents being like,
right,
you're sick, get back in your room, there's COVID out there. This is someone with parents that are like, yeah, you're still wearing the mask, huh?
This is also, it's one of these things where she can't go out and get a job because she's afraid that she'll get sick.
Right.
But she can't live in her house because she's afraid she's going to get sick. So she has to be just bedridden, I guess, with an air purifier next to her.
You gotta find a sanitary room somewhere and just never leave it. Rent-free, hopefully.
The first comment underneath it says, they think we're just paranoid for no reason, and they're doing us a favor by keeping us calm or whatever. It's like when people lie about being sick. It's so annoying. I'm sorry.
I always try to think, like, am I part of a group like this that I don't realize? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
Because these people don't realize. Like, look at their comments. They're like, they think we're crazy.
Yeah, they think we're paranoid. Yeah, correct.
And then I play clips of Stuttering John, and I say, no, there's definitely nothing in my life like that.
Correct.
People think I'm
right.
insane.
We're right all the time.
Yeah.
One more on here. And you wrote, the dramatic tone is great on this one. How can we live like this? Chemical Towel, 1938 writes, looking for opinion/feelings about the future. Since it's clear COVID will never go away and the likelihood of reinfection is incredibly high, how are we supposed to avoid long COVID? I'm an avid masker and avoiding catching COVID until the end of 2023. I got it at the dentist after being so hesitant to even go. I had no choice. Unfortunately, I caught it from my mom 7 days ago with a positive test this past Monday. She lives alone, and I go over there to help her out with things. She didn't feel unwell. She had just returned home from a very long 5-hour dental surgery, and I was with her for a total of 12 minutes. Yes, 12 minutes.
Oh, my God.
This fucking dentist, man. What is it?
It's always the dentist.
Is it the Wuhan lab? Is that where your dentist is?
The dentist is the real boogeyman here.
Okay. Reading on here. We weren't close to each other. She was just walking around the apartment and must have expelled it into the air. That is how breathing works, yes. I don't want to ever get this horrible virus again, but I feel like the current state of affairs in this country and worldwide, frankly, is that we aren't making much progress on that front. So, how can we truly avoid long COVID if it will never go away? I think about this constantly, and it's paralyzing me with fear.
My God.
Mike, I think that the people in this community are literally more afraid of COVID than AIDS.
It's it's funny you say that because I was just thinking, like, there are other things I don't want to get that you could technically run into someone with chicken pox out in the world, which
I've
that
had
would
chicken
fuck.
pox.
I haven't as an adult, so it could really be bad if I got it.
Yeah.
I don't live my life thinking like, but what if I go to the store and someone has chicken pox? Could you imagine?
Right. No, it's a horrible way to live your life.
It's psychotic.
These people are fucking crazy. And the fact that she's around her mom who lives alone for 12 minutes, I can only imagine how this mom must feel because she's probably just like, you gave me COVID, you bitch. How dare you give me COVID? Like, all right. I needed some oral surgery. I apologize. I had to get a root canal.
Modern dentistry is
my
not on
bad.
trial here.
My bad on that one. I do love this subreddit. Thank you for finding these.
Oh, well, credit to Justin Trudeau for telling me it exists.
Thank you, Justin. Yes, I do. I like getting caught up on what's going on to these people. It's crazy that I haven't even heard the term long COVID in a year. No one even brings this up anymore.
It's gone completely, except for this. It lives on in this place. Like even politicians, the most left-leaning politicians aren't like, and remember to wear your masks when you go out.
Right.
And wipe down your groceries.
It's not a thing anymore.
No.
When you get sick, do you test to see if you have COVID or not?
No.
I don't either. Who cares?
Well, that's it. In one of those, we kind of glossed over the person that goes, I tested negative 3 times.
Yeah, I won't.
But I know I've got it.
I won't believe it until I test negative 3 times in a row. You're like, Jesus. But it doesn't take much for some people. Their mental illness is already there, and they just need a little kickstart.
Yeah.
And they get it going. I want to. Speaking of mental illness, we got to check in on John Sarasani.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you want to fight.
Well, one thing we know about John is he's got a lot of really terrible business ideas.
He certainly does.
And he made that TV show for YouTube where he was going to invest in a startup that needed some capital. And then after how many episodes was it? A dozen?
Less than that even, I think.
Yeah. After all these episodes, he just goes, all right, well, I'm not going to invest in your company, but give me 5% and we'll meet for lunch every other week.
I'll give you advice. I'll be a consultant.
Right. You just wanted to be a consultant. You didn't want to actually invest any money in these companies.
No.
So let's see what the latest is.
See these sunglasses? Kim Jong-un gave them to me. I also put new artwork around my house today. Let me give you a little tour while I tell you about the Not Gen Pop cruise coming in February. You want to party with me and the 2000% Raise crew? Now's your chance. February 23rd to 20th.
I just want to point out, he's walking around the house and showing photos that he has up framed on the wall. And the 2 that he just showed was him with Bert Kreischer and then him with Donald Trump. And he's calling that the 2000% crew. As if you're going to go on this cruise and there's President Donald Trump. What's up?
Is he going to be head of the Treasury? Seriously?
What's up, Don? It's so stupid.
What's the Kim Jong-un joke? What am I missing?
He's got big glasses on, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
All right.
Now's your chance. February 23rd to 28th with Virgin Voyages. Leaving from Miami, Cozumel, Playa del Carmen, Bimini, Bahamas. Let's go. If you're a qualified gambler, it's absolutely free plus taxes and fees. Yep, I said it. If you're a qualified gambler, it is free. No, you do not need to be betting waterfall status to be a qualified gambler. All you need is to have 3 nights comped offered to you at another hotel or casino, or wire $5,000 of front money. If you do this, you're qualified for a comp cruise. If you don't qualify and still want to party, that's okay. You can do that. All the information's on the link in my bio. Let's go. This is going to be lit. Everyone's invited, even if you don't qualify gambling.
So it's free even if you wire $5,000.
Right. Yes.
That's the free aspect of it. So no one's going to be on this for free. Virgin Voyage is the perfect way to put it because it's all people that look up to John Cirasani. What a disaster this is going to be.
Well, Mike, the other thing too is everything that he does is trying to get friends.
True.
Everything that he does when he did the business partnership thing, it turned into, like I just said, we'll meet for lunch every other week.
But this is marketed towards high rollers. Do you think Dan Bilzerian wants to go on a free cruise?
Right, I know the
John
word
Cirasani?
free. Yes, right. The word free is not necessary for that audience.
Right.
They get comped things all the time. They know that they're going to be spending and gambling and whatever.
He's promoting this on Instagram. He has a bunch of followers. So you would think this would be targeted towards the general, dare I say, general population. I know that's a term John hates, but I think it's the general population. Most people do not qualify, like they haven't been comped rooms because they're high rollers at the Bellagio. So essentially you're trying to get, and you don't want that because John's trying to make money on this thing. So he wants losers to pay to go on this cruise and be like, hey, we can gamble with the guy from Instagram. Like this is going to be a nightmare.
It's not going to happen, I bet. He's not going to get anyone to do this. Right? There's no.
Too.
I want you to keep an eye on this. This is your beat.
All
I
right.
want you to see if he keeps promoting it or if it just kind of goes away and he stops talking about it.
Oh, interesting.
This seems like a disaster.
You're right. It probably won't happen because there's no market for it. Even like, I know John has a lot of followers. There aren't John Cirasani fans. Like,
no,
I don't think I would be a big cruise guy. I would consider like Skankfest has talked about doing like a cruise or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that with a bunch of comics that I like, I would consider. But even then, it's like you're stuck on a cruise for 5 days or whatever it is. There's no draw. It's just do a cruise and the douchebag from Instagram will be on it.
You know what it is? John wants to hang out with other celebrities. We've seen that where he invested,
of course,
in the vodka brand with Tom and Bert. And so we got to like hang around and pal around with Joe Rogan and those guys. And so he considers himself a celebrity. So he says, hey, do you want to hang out with me on a boat for 5 days? Because he thinks people are like simps like him. They're like, wow, I could be around greatness, the Instagram guy.
Yeah. But Bert Kreischer did a cruise where he booked Tim Dillon, Mark Normand, whoever the fuck it was. So but it's not hanging with them. It's not like, oh, I can go hang out with Mark Normand. It's I can watch Mark Normand perform comedy on this cruise.
Yes.
That's a draw. John doesn't do anything. There's not a performance. It's hopefully, if the seat is empty, I can sit next to him while he plays blackjack.
Right. I went on the Weezer cruise. I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Tons of bands performed.
Right.
And the guy from Doug Loves Movies, I'm blanking on his last. Doug Benson.
Yeah.
He was a comic who was on the ship, and he literally was just hanging around. You could just talk to him. He was just out and about, and that's fine. But you don't go there to like talk to Doug Benson about whatever stoner movie he's watching.
No, of
you
course
go there
not.
I watched a live podcast. We watched a bunch of concerts. Like there's entertainment value to it.
Yeah, hey, let's get a bunch of degenerates on a fucking cruise ship. Hopefully. Imagine if it was all high rollers and John didn't make any money off of this. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. I imagine that's what would happen if he did this, which he will not.
No.
All right. This next clip is so obnoxious.
Hey, everybody. It's December 16th. You know what that means? That means it's 9 days away from Christmas. Oh, boy. You get to have a few days off of work. Did you save up enough PTO days to take a couple extra days off?
I should mention on the screen it says, in the mind of a W-2er. So,
yeah, what the voice he's doing, I guess it's most human beings, retards that work for a living.
Right, what he's making fun of people who have full-time jobs.
Yeah, which, hey, in a few years, once the AI takes over, then he's probably onto something. But for most of human society, these are the people that keep us functioning.
Correct. You want people to have full-time jobs. They pay the taxes. They keep the economy
We'd
going.
cease to exist as a human race.
All the stuff that you use and products and services. That's why these people work at these places, so that you could do that. And John is talking down to them. For some reason, he hates these people.
Suckers.
I don't get it.
Between Christmas and New Year? Or have you budgeted your time being like, no one's really in the office anyway those days. I'm not wasting PTO there. And it's going to be a carryover. And now I'm going to get 9.5 days in 2025. But PTO and vacations are all in the same basket now. Oh shit, I better call HR and say, is this okay? Does it count if I take my kid to school? Could I take out a quarter of a day instead of a half a day? How do I put this in, Mr. HR Master? Could you go ask my boss and my boss's boss? I want to be area vice president and a regional distribution manager one day. How am I going to do it? Please don't hold it against me. Oh, you guys are going to the President's Club conference in February? Okay, I didn't qualify this year, but I'm going to time it up where I don't use any PTO those days, because no one's paying attention. I'll check my emails from my iPhone. Oh boy. And thank you, by the way, for that $75 a month cell phone allowance you give me. It goes a long way. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master. Thank you.
Gee, I wonder why he has no friends. I can't figure out why everything he does, he has to try to find friends.
He's doing such a good job nailing the common man. You know how, like, Jeff Ross has done, like, he roasted history,
yes,
and he's roasted, like, prisoners and shit like that? I wish John Siriusati would put on a roast of the common man.
He's nailing it.
This for an hour.
Oh, yeah, he's nailing it. He's such an asshole. For some reason, so he used to work at a job. He was the guy he's describing, and then he started his own company, and then he sold it. Now he has money, and he is rubbing it in their faces so hard. This would be like if Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl again and then clowns the Raiders in the post-game press conference. You know, like, whoever was the last place team that year, like, yeah, fucking Raiders suck. They can
nice
suck my
job,
dick.
Little buddies.
Yeah, good try, assholes. Would you win 3 games this year? Ooh, 3 games. We won that many in the playoffs alone.
Are you going to try to get a good draft pick? And you're going to go to training camp and hope you win a few games next year? It's like, yeah, I guess that is what we're going to do. Yeah.
It's such a bizarre way to respond to these people. It's like, well, good for you. You made it out of the rat race or whatever you're trying to say. And maybe, I don't know, be more sympathetic. Have some empathy.
His whole act feels like some guy in his past was like, oh, John, you're going to be sitting behind a desk the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And he's been taking that comment out on us with 7 posts a day for the last however many years. Because you're watching this video and you're like, I don't think this is about me, John. I don't think.
Right.
I don't think you're angry at me right now. This feels like it's about something else.
Yeah, it's literally when Howard told John he's not funny. And now this is what created the Dabbleverse. John proving over and over again that he is fun. No, I am funny. How dare you, Howard? Yeah, that must have happened to him at some point. Okay. Now, we don't talk about his kids very often. He doesn't bring them up. There was that one time his daughter was at the Bulls game.
Yeah, he shows her. I usually avoid it, but he shows her somewhat often.
Okay. All right. I don't see that.
Yeah.
So this is him being cool dad with his adult daughter.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're at Hugo's Frog Bar and Rivers Casino. I'm with my daughter, Anastasia. We have not played one hand of blackjack yet. We have not played craps yet. Anastasia, what are you drinking, honey?
Pineapple margarita.
Is it an upside-down pineapple party?
No.
What does that mean?
Swingers.
How does she know that?
Yeah, because of the cruise.
Wait, what?
The cruise. His last event was on a swingers cruise.
What is she talking about? No, it was not. It was
I'm promoting
not.
a cruise, you bitch. Shut up.
I know. It's bad timing on this. Remember that event that you pulled where everyone was fucking each other? It was really gross. Brett Hadler's wife was there. Remember that?
You brought your daughter for some reason?
Pineapple was hung up on people's cabin doors.
There was a stop in Key West, and it was Virgin Voyages, so I did not see that. It was not part of our group. If that was like a, now that's just turned into a commercial for the cruise. Look at the link in my bio. Is it normal to be hanging out with your dad? Is it cool to hang out with your dad or dorky?
It's cool.
It's cool?
Yeah.
What did your friends think about me like in high school?
That you were crazy.
They think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
The guys and the girls?
Yeah.
Did the girls think I was a DILF?
Okay.
Did they want to fuck me?
Yeah, so this gets really douchey at the end because asking if it's cool to hang out with you makes it uncool.
Absolutely. But then to take it to the degree of, did they want to suck my dick?
Hey, did any of your friends in high school want to fuck me? Like, what about Rebecca? Did Rebecca ever say anything about like how hot I was and how much money I had or anything like that?
It did feel like, it feels like, to bring up Stuttering John again, like when he's angling towards something by asking leading questions, where he's like, the guys and the girls? She's like, what? Yeah, they thought you were crazy, I guess. They thought you were a fucking dad. They thought, the douchebag on Instagram.
But imagine if you were hanging out with your friend and you're just whatever, and he pulls out his phone, he's just like, hey, so isn't it cool hanging out with me? What do you think? Is it cool or is it lame to hang out with me? What do you think? You'd be like, I never want to hang out with you again.
Hey, what are you girls doing? You guys got Instagram? Or
why are we talking like this? You know who I want to talk to more than anyone? The mother of this girl.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine what John's ex would have to say about him?
Well, your boy Alex Stein said he's a totally different guy.
That's true.
Off camera. So maybe
that's true.
Maybe this is all a facade, which makes it even crazier. The idea that you're like, this is an appealing personality I'll adopt.
Alex Stein was just on Bubba's show again today.
Oh, is that right?
So I don't know if he's the best judge, but maybe he is.
Yay, super chats.
Let's get caught up on super chats. Everyone's being very generous, and I appreciate that. Rocco Orby 2002. Did you guys see Brian Karem podcasting with Trump's niece? What?
Really?
Podcasting with Trump's niece. Is that the niece that doesn't like Trump and talks bad about him?
No, it's the one that really likes him, that Brian Karem had a regular discussion with.
Let me win you over on my uncle. Probably not. Nick Tucker, $2 says, Andrew Augustus is a locale too. He will be famous.
I would like that, yes, if Andrew Augustus got a lot of views on. I was just on Puff Piece, so go watch that.
Rocco Orby 2002 says, Howard Hughes was a germaphobe and he had a job. These people are just lazy. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you got to become a billionaire and then you could be eccentric like that.
Right.
Buy a hotel so that nobody bothers you.
Right.
JFK Head Chunk, member for 5 months, says, these masked people still haven't seen every episode of Tiger King either. Give them some time. What a weird time that was in this world.
Yep.
Hawaiian Pizza, 87, $3. Sarah Sandy's Cruise reminds me of KB's AC event. Yeah. Basically, just show up. We'll play poker. You can watch me play poker. Whatever.
Yeah. No big deal.
Cool. It sounds really
Although,
fun.
at least with Kevin Brennan, you don't have to wire him $5,000.
That's true. You have to qualify.
For the privilege.
Right. D. Vogel, $10 says, John C's branding is to be the most insufferable asshole on earth. In that regard, he's a raging success. Yes. If that's what he's trying for.
How much is the cruise itself?
I have no idea.
Because, like, the thing, hey, you get it for free if you prove you're a high roller by wiring us $5,000.
Right.
That must mean it's more than that?
I would imagine. Are you getting money back after that? He didn't say so.
That's upsetting.
We should look up the details. There's got to be a website or something, right?
Yeah, I'll see what
He said there was a link in the bio. I got to look into this more.
All right.
I'm confused by the whole thing. Jay Loiterer, $20 says, Carl, I swear I'm not lying. Some of your video playbacks look like slideshows and not videos. Maybe it depends on which platform you're showing. Others are calling out the same. Happy holidays. I'm thankful for WATP and WATS. Thank you, Jay Loiterer.
Yes.
I know you're not lying. I'm looking at the chat. I don't study the chat as much. I usually don't study the chat this much, but today I am because
flustered.
I'm very flustered because, Mike, my computer's been fucking up the last 2 weeks. And you know that because it happened on this show last week. So I finally made a change yesterday that fixed all the problems. And I was very happy. We did WATP yesterday, went off without a hitch.
Nice.
And everything's been fine today. And then I sit down and the fucking problem started happening again. Super Chats isn't working. Everything's slow, although I think things are working good right now. But I have no idea why this is happening because the hardest thing to deal with is a tech problem that doesn't exist. Everything I've looked up, all the research I've done.
Wow. That feels like an old, an old riddle.
I mean,
the most
honestly,
difficult thing to deal with is a problem that doesn't exist.
Right. That's what I'm telling you. It's not my internet speed because I check it on every other fucking device in my house and it's flying. And it's my browser for some reason. And then I get the browser working because all my other browsers work. Anyway.
Sound like a typical Gen Pop pussy.
I really am. I'm having a meltdown today. I'm having a bad day. Let's check out the super tip from Skinny Chad, Conspire Theory Podcast, says, just do it. Thank you very much for the donation today, Skinny Chad. We appreciate that. It looks like my internet is working now.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to do something. I'm going to head over to TikTok, and we're going to see what happens with that.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
Now, this is a suggestion that came in from Benjamin Kozlov. And what Benny says is there's this new phenomenon happening on TikTok. There's this woman cooking with Kaya.
Okay.
It's making a big name for herself, doing a lot of big things. I'll start off with a typical video so you get an understanding of what she is up to.
Girl, your man will be took if you woke up to breakfast in bed at Kai's house.
So she's showing right now a plate of delicious food, I assume.
Okay.
All right, that she has cooked.
Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Let's get started.
So what she does is she does this cooking with Kaya thing, and she turns around and shakes her ass a bit, and she wears pretty provocative clothing.
Nice.
She's got a nice body on her. And this video, I think, is what really is polarizing for the TikTok community. And I realize that my internet connection's sucking again, so we'll see how this goes with people. But take my word for it.
Girl, I could steal your man with this dinner I just cooked, bro.
She just said, girl, I can steal your man with this dinner I just cooked. She's showing a steak.
She's black. You don't have to translate, though. You know?
I couldn't. Okay. Mike, I'm dealing with internet issues. I want to make sure everyone can
Let me give it to you in plain English, folks.
Now, here's how a white person would say that. Girl, I can steal your man with this dinner I just made. And she's wearing a very low cut revealing top. She's got very big tits. And she's showing off a steak and baked potato that's loaded. And so you understand
Girl,
the visual.
I could steal your man with this dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look. Welcome to another video with Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. I don't know how to sing, but I'm here.
So then it always transitions into she plays a song and she shows how she makes these dishes. Okay.
Nice.
So that's what the premise is. This woman has 600,000 followers and millions of views on TikTok. Now, women don't like her.
Why?
Wow. We're about to find out. Another TikToker explains why women aren't having this.
I think I figured out why women in general don't really mess with Cooking with Kaya, and I wish I would stop saying, oh, she's just a girl that's cooking, she's just a girl that's cooking, because, yeah, on the outside it may seem like that, but if you really, watch some of her videos, you'll see that she's a pick-me woman. Like, she panders to men, and I think that's why women don't like her, because women in general do not like pick-me women. Like, we don't like pick-me girls. I don't know how else to say it. Her entire platform is like, get up and cook for your man before I do it. Do this for your man before I do it. Do this for your man before I do it. Your man this, your man that. I take your man, I take your man. That's the definition of a pick-me. And women do not like pick-me women. Like it's,
I think I need your translation again.
Now, I am
what
in
does that
no
mean?
way.
Okay. So a pick-me woman is trying to steal your man by saying, pick me over that
me.
bitch.
I got
Yes. Oh, all of a sudden Mike does need my help. Okay.
It's very helpful. Your Ebonics translation is
All
very
right.
helpful.
I feel vindicated right now.
Any shape or form saying that she deserves any of the hate or the nasty rude comments that she's been getting, because in all honesty, I do think some women are just miserable with nothing better to do. Like, if you don't like the girl, just don't watch her. Simple as that. But at the same time, I do understand why people don't like her, because she's a pygmy. What? And I think
all right, so she's getting repetitive.
This feels like, dare I say, sour grapes.
Well, now what's happening is there's all these TikTok videos where girls are trying to figure out if their man is watching Cooking with Kaya or not. And they get very upset. If they get very
let me tell you something,
upset,
ladies, they're also watching porn.
they get very upset if they find out that they're watching this channel. Really? And here's an example of this.
Telling my wife I got a recipe from Cooking with Kaya to get her reaction.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Let me know what you think. Wow.
It's good, ain't it?
This is the best thing you've ever made.
Is
For real,
it?
where'd you get the recipe?
Cooking with Kai.
You being for real right now?
Bro, she a chef. She's a.
Don't play in my face.
Why would you do that?
That's so disrespectful.
Bro, it's for a video.
That's so disrespectful.
How?
So at the end there, he shows that the plate is smashed, the meal is all over the floor. Very disrespectful to make a food that he learned from cooking with Kaya. Here's another example, Mike. I don't think you're feeling this. Here's another example.
Okay.
Where a woman catches her man.
All right.
Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya.
See, baby, I knew you knew that jiggle, baby. That's where I got my meal inspiration from right now.
Your
baby.
inspiration? Let me help
Yes,
you smash
baby.
that burger. What?
Kaya? Who is that girl?
You tell me.
Unknown specimen. Do I know her? No, baby.
You know her jingle though, right?
I don't, baby. I just seen a couple videos and that was it. You know what?
What?
I'm not even hungry anymore. You feel me? I can go get us some Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A with a chicken sandwich, extra cheese with a chocolate shake, baby.
No, you can't continue
to
cook Kaya's recipe.
No, baby, I'll just put this away and I go get that pronto, baby.
No,
okay?
you cook with Kaya. I'm gonna go cook with Mula.
Mula!
Okay.
I don't know if I believe these.
I'm not. It's not. This is all staged.
Okay,
but
all
it's turning into a whole phenomenon. And here's one more example, and then we'll move on. But this is an interrogation video.
Oh boy.
Hi, y'all. I can't watch.
Now, what you're seeing here is this guy is holding up a plate of garbage food, and you can see the mirror behind him that the girlfriend is videotaping him as he's doing this.
I can't watch Cooking with Kaya no more because my girl actually can cook better than her, and she's good at what she do. And she the best cook that I ever seen since we got together. That's it.
So this is becoming a new trend that's happening where guys have to pretend they don't know about cooking with Kaya, but they're actually enjoying it.
It's a shame the black community has now been taken over by corny couples content. I thought that was,
I know.
That was a white thing.
I know. How did you let this happen? What next? They're going to be doing Ike's Bucket challenges? What are they doing?
They had such a lead on us in coolness.
It's
and
true.
they're coming down to our level.
That is disappointing. It's a good point. All right, let's change things up. The Hebrew Hammer sent this in, and this is a person who, gosh darn it, I hate when this happens. This person was misgendered.
Oh, no.
I know. And Mike, you're already like, fuck. But it didn't happen once. It didn't happen twice. It happened 3 times.
Oh.
I know.
It's definitely society's fault then.
The humanity.
I have been misgendered 3 times in the past 24 hours.
Hold on, can I guess?
Last night I was at Benny.
Yes, please.
Woman mistaken for a man?
Yes. Okay. Although I'm trying to parse that in my own head. Like, it's definitely a man trying to be a woman. Is that what you
does
mean?
this person think?
This person thinks they're a woman. Nobody else does.
Last night I was at Benihana with my girlfriend, and the server said, "What about you, sir? What would you like to eat?" My girlfriend, God bless her heart, steps in, says, "Actually, that's ma'am." And she looks at my girlfriend and didn't really understand what had happened and said, "No, I'm talking to him," pointing at me. Our jaws were on the floor, and we decided to leave because it was just a bad vibe after that. And just a few minutes ago, I was at another restaurant for lunch, and they showed me my seat and said, "Here you go, sir." And I said, "I am not a sir." And then I left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. And I went to a new restaurant and I asked, before I sit down, where's the bathroom, please? And they said, "Oh, it's right this way, sir." And I just left because I wasn't comfortable anymore. If you're a server in the food industry, you don't need to use words like sir or ma'am. There are ways to be respectful without using those words.
Hey,
and
you
if you get it wrong for
Yeah. Hey, dummy. Hey, fake tits. Get over
Heads
here.
up, food's coming in hot.
Someone like me, I will probably leave the restaurant. And it puts like a bad vibe on my day when it happens, especially when it happens 3 times in a row.
Devastating.
I know. It happens 3 times in a row. And as the Hebrew Hammer wrote in the Discord when he posted that, he said, if it happened 3 times in a row, then maybe you're the problem.
Well, here's the thing, is that there's a difference between being frustrated with something and being like an aggrieved party.
Yeah.
Like having a hate crime done on you. Like now I'm very noticeably blind, but for most of my life I've been like, you can't quite tell there's something off about this guy, but I don't know. Like I'm looking past most people if I'm talking to you. So when I was younger, people would kind of do this, like a stranger or something that I'm talking to. Like, is he talking to me, sort of a thing? And I would be like embarrassed by that and like heat up inside. But the phrase this person used, my jaw hit the floor. It's like, no. I understood why that was happening. Like, you can be embarrassed or uncomfortable with something or whatever, but it doesn't mean you have to be shocked by it every time. Sometimes things just are. It's unfortunate that people have that reaction, but that is your life and it's something you have to deal with.
And wouldn't it be great if they took some stock in that and said, maybe I'm not pulling it off.
Right.
Maybe if everyone thinks I'm a guy, that I'm not pulling off this transition very well. I need to do a better job.
Right. It would be like if I was like, excuse me, I am making eye contact with you.
Right, yeah.
Whether you
asshole.
realize it or not.
You're the 3rd asshole today who's acting like I'm not talking to you. What's your what are all these people's problems? Now, this one is a new one on me, also from the Hebrew Hammer. I think this might be a new thing. They're always coming with new things.
Okay.
Which you have to appreciate.
I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders. Male, female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that...
Wait, you're saying that's not
Incorrect.
possible? You're saying that this is not possible.
Start back at 0, ma'am.
Male, female...
You're saying you can't be male, female, and non-binary? Is that what you're trying to say?
Can't, unfortunately.
I'm a 1, a 0, and no numbers at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a second. You just said you were 2 different
male,
numbers.
female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time, all the time. It doesn't ever shift or change, or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like
How?
Gender fluid.
Explain that to me.
I don't understand any of this nonsense, but everyone needs to feel special. That's what this all comes down to.
It's also, then it becomes, I'm sure people have had this debate ad nauseum, but like, so you want to play basketball and wear a dress? Like, what are you defining as a man and a woman? You know what I mean? Like, how are you feeling those things at all times? Do you feel like you have a penis and a pussy and no genitalia? What do you mean you feel all 3 of these things?
Yeah, none of this makes sense. You can't be both male and female at the same time. You certainly can't be non-binary and
You
male.
certainly can't feel it.
Right, yes.
Fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a 3rd gender. They see it as something completely separate from the binary of male and female.
Yeah,
I'm a Catholic, a Jew, and an atheist. Now, some people think atheism means you don't believe in religion, but that's actually not true.
But for me, it's like a 3rd gender, or I guess you could call it a 3rd identity.
If that's what it comes down to, that person just needs to feel special. Yeah. And they're just like, well, I'll just do something no one else is doing yet. But I guarantee people are going to jump on that bandwagon. Like, trigender? Yep, that's me.
The first of my kind.
Congratulations on that. All right, I know the video's choppy, but this stuff doesn't need the visuals as much. We got to talk. We got to talk about Woke Dad.
I would do anything in my power to keep him happy, healthy, and safe. The name that they would call their superhero was Woke Dad! I stand up against injustice. Woke Dad! Standing up for what's right. Woke Dad! Dress up and have fun. Woke Dad! I called him out on his bad behavior. Homophobia, transphobia. It's the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. I create safe.
Of course, Woke Dad is Dan Alexander. The shoe fits on TikTok. And he's celebrating Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's Christmas time. And this is exciting because his kids are getting involved.
Oh, yeah.
in the merriment.
So a couple of our kids just came home with a Santa Claus they found on the side of the road. They absolutely love it because they didn't care that it was a black Santa Claus.
So he's showing like a life-size stand-up Santa Claus doll. It's a very large doll. They found it on the side of the road for some reason, brought home. It's always like it's in good shape too.
Yeah.
And it's a black Santa Claus.
He does the voice that I was making fun of Aaron Imholt for a few weeks ago, where he's like, "Oh, here's the thing about my kids. Aren't I being cute right now?"
Yes.
Where it's like,
ain't I a stinker?
yeah, he thinks he's adorable, and that's the grossest quality on a 40-year-old man.
Ugh, it's the worst. He goes, my kids love it, and it doesn't matter that he's a black Santa. No, I think that's kind of the novelty of it. Be my
Right,
guess.
that's specifically why they grabbed it.
Right.
But I picked up on something at the beginning there. Did you catch this? He said a couple of our kids.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of our kids just came.
Oh, so
What
he's
does that
talking
mean?
about, okay, so he lives with his partner's 2 kids.
Oh, they have 4 total.
And so he has 2 kids, so a couple of their kids.
Gotcha. Okay. all right.
Interesting. Okay. Now they're commingling.
I didn't know if they had
in his
multiple
stories.
personalities now or something.
That's also possible. They might be DID systems too. I don't know.
Came home with a Santa Claus they found on the side of the road. They absolutely love it because they didn't care that it was a black Santa Claus. They didn't care even a little bit. It reminded me of a time that I was walking into a Lowe's and I witnessed a man having a holy fit.
Here we go. All right. Here comes the bullshit. It reminds me of the story.
Gather
I made
round
up.
for a little Christmas ditty,
Oh,
kids.
boy. All right. Let's hear it.
Because there were 2 Santa Claus right there, right at the entrance. One was a black Santa Claus and one was a white Santa Claus. And he was complaining that they were blackwashing his holiday that was about Jesus in a manger. And then I ever so gracefully reminded him that Jesus wasn't white. That did stop him from complaining. But he most definitely did not stop throwing a temper tantrum that day.
Nice, Daniel.
So, before you get all upset about things that don't matter, maybe you should understand that representation matters. And little kids seeing themselves in every holiday and seeing themselves on TV and seeing themselves in movies, that's super important. And black kids and brown kids and indigenous kids and queer kids, they all deserve representation too.
It's true. There's never
Hope
been
you
a
have
movie with a
Merry
black
Christmas.
person in it. That's
Yeah,
a good point.
finally they could get some representation.
But since there's never been a movie made with a black person, thank God they could see a Santa Claus at Home Depot.
No one would freak out about this. It doesn't exist in this world that he's living in. It's ridiculous.
Another reason it doesn't exist, there was a black Santa there, hired to work, I assume, and a rogue white Santa showed up and goes, "Hey, we don't have any black Santas here. I'm white Santa." A guy just happened to show up in a Santa Claus outfit,
And they got
wanting to work there.
They got to a fight. It's so stupid.
And then here comes Mexican Santa.
But also,
Asian Santa.
I want to remind everyone, because Megyn Kelly informed us what the truth is about this.
You know, and by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But, you know, Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids.
This is Megyn Kelly on Fox News, going back a number of years, of course, thinking that children are watching her program.
Kids, Santa, who's very real, we're debating on what race we should make him.
Yes, Santa is white, by the way. Kids are crying like, what? There's a black man in my chimney? They're like, no, Billy, it's fine. He's white, we promise.
Oh, thank God.
But then later on in this episode, she goes on to say this, which also counters the other thing that we just heard from Dan.
To change, you know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that.
What's going on right now, Megyn Kelly?
Kids, hold on. Sean Hannity's coming up next. I know you're ready.
Hey, Hannity! You sure you don't want to watch the baseball game? No!
Can I stay up late to watch Greg Gutfeld?
Just the monologue, Mom. Come on, the monologue. That's just so funny to me that she goes, Jesus was white. Like, what, he was?
These are verifiable facts.
These are verifiable facts. White guy. Okay. Sure. I guess. All right. So apparently Megyn Kelly and Daniel Alexander don't feel the same way about things. Who knew?
Too bad.
All right, so we're going to find out about this art studio. What's going on? What's the update? What's the latest going on with this art studio?
Oh, yeah.
That Dan is renovating.
Happy early Christmas. Someone donated a whole kiln to the art studio today.
Nice.
And if you know anything about this art studio, it's going to support kids in vulnerable communities.
We've heard.
And I'm still working.
I actually do know about this.
Allegedly.
You know what, Dan?
Seen no evidence of it.
Explain it to the other people, but I'm actually well aware of this art studio, what it's there for.
On renovations, and it's cold out now, so the renovations have slowed down a little bit.
Why? I have a question.
It's
Why?
cold out, so we can't do indoor renovations.
The structure is built. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Now, he did talk about, I don't think he has heat in this place. Which, if that's the case, then the pipes will freeze and you're done.
Yeah, you're in
unless
fucking
there's
New
no
York,
running
Dan.
water.
Hurry
Yeah,
up.
I don't know what's going on here, but yes, apparently renovation has come to a cease for the wintertime.
But it's in a house that was already functional, no? Or a building or something?
I think so. I mean, it's a
just
very
a
old
room.
building.
It's not a standalone building.
I think he bought an abandoned house. Like the roof was half off and shit. Like, he made a very poor investment.
But that would still have the capability of turning on the heat, no?
Yes, correct. It is in America, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And someone decided today was my day to get a brand new kiln. So this is the real workhorse in my ceramic studio, and this thing was made in 1976, and I love it, but it's very manual. It is not automatic at all. And that brand new L&L kiln over there, that little doll kiln, that is going to be so much easier to use in so many instances. And you might be thinking, that little tiny thing, but that little tiny thing cost $1,800 plus electrical supplies, brand new.
Now, I'm getting the sense here. Tell me what you think about this. This art studio is not for the kids, but for him.
Oh, well, that's it. That's clear.
Do you think the kids are like, can we get a kiln? Can we get a new kiln, Dad?
It's weird. There's no heating or electricity, but he's showing us his paintings every week.
Yes, he's always showing us the art that he's creating.
Here's
and
what
now
I
he's
did.
bragging about this new kiln that he has. And I came to that conclusion when I got to this part in the video, but listen closely because he's about to say the quiet part out loud.
Okay.
And that little thing is amazing. Fully automatic. It's going to add so much value to my shop. He didn't want to just give me money to be able to put into renovations. You know, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for forever. He wanted to give me something that he knew would help me make artwork to be able to sell, to be able to support the space that I'm in. Someone near and dear to my heart, a dear friend of mine who...
He just said he's going to create artwork that he can sell.
Oh, good point.
He just said that out loud. I'm going to be able to create artwork that I can sell now. Well, why is this a charitable foundation? Why are we raising money through a GoFundMe if it's so you can create artwork that you can sell?
It's funny because I didn't even hear that. I was more focused on the reason I think he said the price, how expensive that was. He's like, man, this thing's $1,800, but it's very necessary. I take that as, hey, gang, this stuff ain't free.
Yes.
It's pretty costly.
Right.
If you could start sending me a bunch of goods or money, whatever you prefer.
Mostly money. Right.
Ideally. No, you're right. That is funny. He's built a fort for himself.
Yes.
And he's like, guys, will you give me money
Amanda
so I can have a
Fish
really
for
cool
forever.
fort?
He's pretending that his children who are in high school give a fuck about this art studio that he's creating. And of course, he's using the marginalized communities thing. He's acting like Hispanic kids who are working in the field all day are going to come finger paint afterwards.
Daniel Alexander, the pace that Daniel Alexander is on, by the time he's done with this art studio, there will be no more race. We'll all have interbred by then. Race will cease to exist.
It's taking forever.
Give me something that he knew would help me make artwork to be able to sell, to be able to support the space that I'm in. Someone near and dear to my heart, a dear friend of mine who fully believes in the work that I'm doing and what I'm trying to accomplish here. My little kiln means everything to me, and I am so grateful. Do good in this world, and good comes back around.
Wow.
Very profound.
Do people did Martin Luther King ever say that? Like, all the good that I do? Like, do people pat themselves in the back in that way?
No, not normally. I've never heard Gandhi be like, I'm starving, but you know what? I'm also pretty fucking amazing.
Look at all the great things I've done. No, that's
Yeah.
for the history books to write.
Right, yes. Would I like a sandwich? I'd love a sandwich. But that's the kind of sacrifice I make for you guys. How about me? Huh? Hey, let's do selfies. Line up, everyone. We got one more with Dan Alexander. Let's get caught up on the super tips and the super chats. People are being very generous, and I appreciate that. I got to get my shit figured out over here. I apologize.
Yay, super chats.
Red 4735 bucks says, Carl, I don't know if you heard about Turkey Tom, a big commentary YouTuber, is going to make a video on Stuttering John. You should get in touch. Oh shit! All right, I will get in touch with Turkey Tom.
Not familiar.
I'll make a note of that.
Oh, I hope it's eviscerating. I hope it's a pro Stuttering John video.
That'd be
great.
amazing. That'd be awesome. Bradley $5 says Neuralink's blind sight received FDA approval. Here's hoping that Mike will be able to finally escape from blind prison.
Oh, you mean from that racist asshole?
I think you'll accept it. I think
that
you'll be okay with
neo-Nazi Elon Musk. No eyes, please. I'd rather not.
all you can see is color. Hashtag FSJ, hashtag MAGA, F Patrick Mahomo.
It is funny people talk about what a bad guy Elon Musk is. He might cure every disease.
Right, yeah. Solve global warming and traffic problems in LA. Maynard Plum, $5 says, I've been binge watching WATS, and thanks to Blind Mike, I cannot stop using the phrase horse buckets.
Is that a me thing? People leave comments like that on my video, and I don't. Do I say that?
Honestly, I'm not familiar with that term. I don't remember you saying that.
That's funny. I've gotten that comment a couple times, and I was like, it's just a reference that I don't know. I didn't realize it was me.
What does horse buckets mean?
I have no memory of ever saying it. I don't know.
Well, Maynard, please let us know what you're referring to. What are horse buckets? But thank you for binging WATS.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. D. Vogel coming in with a big super chat of $50. We do appreciate that. You
Merry
know what?
Christmas.
It's been a while since we've done one of these, but he earned it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, D. Vogel. The real losers might be John's cats, not his kids, if Vince the lawyer isn't sending John's cats food or litter.
That's topical, actually.
He says, Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa to my two favorite nerds. Here's to more Woke Dad and John Sarasani in 2025. Also, just started Down the Drain series. Wow. I think this will keep me entertained for years to come. Thank you for reminding me, D. Vogel. Mike and I just recorded a bonus show this week.
Yes.
It's on both of our Patreons. And if you're a member on either one, or if you're a member on YouTube, you can watch that. And we're breaking down Julia Fox's autobiography. But it's actually, we discovered on this episode, it's actually a novel where the protagonist is an asshole you're rooting against. It's never happened before.
From her perspective.
Yes, right. None of it's real. We're 2.5 hours in. We just started chapter 3, and she's 14 years old.
I think we're even more. I think we're 3 hours in. If we've
No,
done
it's 2.5
6 episodes? Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. The first couple, there was so much we couldn't get through a lot of time.
Okay. All right.
But yes, the Julia Fox's book is wildly entertaining, but not for why Julia thinks.
No, it's amazing because I've kind of assumed at some point we'll get to a real story.
Right.
But none of them are possibly real, except for the most mundane, like the story she had where she's like, the teacher called on me and I was a little uncomfortable. Like, that's probably real.
She literally gets blackout drunk at a bar at the age of 14 doing shots of vodka, and then that leads to her losing her virginity and to a guy who's 23 years old and outdoors, and neighbors see it and rumors spread around the town that she's a whore. And then the next day and then the teacher called me. I didn't know the answer, and it was embarrassing. Like, wait, what?
People snickered under their breath.
Yeah, right. Like, what the fuck? I know there's an adjective and an adverb, and I couldn't believe it. It's a wild ride. So check that out, please. It's fun. The Blatcast, remember, for 4 months, Christian says, congrats on 100 shows to my favorite show on the channel. Interesting. Everyone check out the third best show. Who are these broadcasters? Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern after the Blind Mike Project. That's right. Special time for Who Are These Broadcasters? Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on this very channel.
I'll, for those that watch my show, I'll purposely be going long to sabotage.
Motherfucker.
WATB. But
you can't do like what OJ does with you and send your viewers over.
Quite the opposite.
To our show.
I'm going to be hacking into their stream and saying, come back over to the Blind Mike Project.
Is it Craigers this week?
It is. It's a Craig week.
Yeah. Craig, help us out, buddy, please. get the talent under control. Matthew Rowley, $5 says, I caught the Carl, the Hispanic kids working in the fields all day. I caught that, Carl. I am telling SJ, you, hi, Mike. You are still way better than Carl.
Thank you, buddy.
Matthew Rowley. The reason why I said that is because Dan himself has told us that for whatever reason, there's a lot of Hispanic people who are working in the farms in his neighborhood.
I got your back. Go ahead and tell Stuttering John. I've played a clip of him saying the exact same thing. He goes, hey, if Trump gets rid of all the immigrants, who's going to pick off fruit?
right, yeah, exactly. Who's going to clean the toilets around here? Short Ski, 75, $5 says, maybe Woke Dad's kiln is to dispose of the LGBTQ kids after he's done with them. That's why we never see any kids. They are now ashes. Interesting theory.
Wow.
Could you imagine if he becomes the biggest subject on the creep off? Like we just seamlessly transition him from WATS to the creep off.
That'd be a wild run.
That'd be
Daniel
awesome.
Alexander. I like
that would be awesome. I'll be on Mike Boudet's show any day now. Matthew Rowley, member for 6 months, says to imply that Giovanni isn't real is a step too far, gentlemen.
I know we get a little crazy, but
things get a little nuts.
I suspect he did feel. I think he's a real. I think he's based on a real person. I just don't think all the aspects of him were real. Like he was a cool Porsche driving bad boy.
Dude, it is hilarious how the mystery man that she met and then lost her virginity to and then fell in love with and then had to leave New York, go back to Italy, even though it wasn't anywhere near where that guy lived, and that she was texting him. It's a ride. It's quite a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Cheese, $5 says, Jenny, if you're watching this, Carl would love a new internet router for Christmas. God damn it. Trust me, she's not in charge of the internet around here, but maybe someone else should be. Anonymous, $5 says, Woke Dad wants Black Santa to slide down his dirty chimney to fill his stocking. See, now, I'm mad at myself because that's not in my notes. Why did I write that down? God damn it.
That's fun.
Very well done. Silence Duke at $5 says, the only one talking about it being a Black Santa is you for making up the story to fillet yourself and get clicks, you phony fucking loser.
That's true. The thing to do would be to have a Black Santa and not go, look what I got. I got one of them in my house. One of these blacks.
That's an amazing point. That's very funny. Carl's Frosted Tip, $3 says, 2 Santas stole my truck. Oh, boy. So they are out there. Okay. Now we know what's going on. And Audiophile America, $10 says, if Stut Joe really does go away forever at the end of the month, which he won't, you should replace Point Dabble Point with Woke Dad show. The guy is a gift. Oh,
he really
replace
is.
Point Dabble Point with a Woke Dad show. Interesting.
I don't know if there's enough off the field drama with Daniel Alexander, but there's plenty of time.
Yeah, if there's a show devoted to him, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what might happen? Oh, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. Now I'm messing everything up. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, we're back. We're back, baby.
You can tell we're the second tier show, too, because if this were WATP, Ed the editor would clean this all up, but not on this program.
Correct. That does not happen over here. All right, we have one more Woke Dad. This is actually posted by Record Lover in our Discord. Record Lover is the guy who runs the woke.dad TikTok account. And he found this from 2022, so it's a couple of years old.
Yeah, right before we started, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he found an example of another lie, another made-up story of Woke Dad and his interactions with the town folk.
Is anybody else in need of a good laugh? Because with everything going on in our country right now, I'm reminded of a story that's worth a good laugh. A few months ago, I pulled up on a stop sign, and one of the corners of that road was a gas station. And parked at that gas station, pumping gas, was a big black pickup truck. And big black pickup truck, big black rims, big lift kit. One corner of the bed of the
Everything is colored with this guy. Jesus Christ.
And I was so happy to have that big black pickup truck in my neighborhood.
I'm sure it's a fine pickup truck that works very hard. I mean, what's your point?
And I yelled to the big black pickup truck, I've made an art studio that you'll be safe at.
Yes. We love you here.
black pickup truck, big black rims, big lift kit. One corner of the bed of the truck was a Trump flag, and the other corner of the bed of the truck was a U.S. flag. And as I sat there, a man pulled up in a white Corvette. He threw on a hat from his passenger seat and jumped out of his Corvette, and I could tell right away it was a veteran hat. and he did
Pause
something
real
that
quick. Yeah. How long are you? I don't drive. How long are you supposed to sit at a stop sign?
That's a great question. You pretty much just go.
This is a tremendous wait.
I didn't even think of that. But also, I love that he goes, there's too many details how he knows the story's made up.
Yeah.
He grabbed the hat from the passenger side and put it on, and I could tell that he was a serviceman because of the hat that he put. He wasn't just wearing it already.
I think someone took a creative writing class because I don't think it's any coincidence that the bad truck is black and the good truck is white.
Yeah, the white Corvette with the black truck, and then the
a
good
white
guy
knight rode in.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what happens here.
I wasn't expecting. He marched over to the back of that man's truck, about face, looked up at the Trump flag, and he ripped it down, and he stomped on it.
Oh, man.
Then he sharply turned to the other flag, the U.S. flag. He saluted it. He walked back to his car, jumped in, and drove off, all while the man who owned the big black pickup truck stood there in awe and shock with a face like this.
Like he'd been misgendered. So he's like, oh, his jaw dropped.
Daniel's saying this like, and I was sopping wet.
Oh, yeah.
He's all horned up for this guy.
Oh, yeah. I had to beat off immediately after this.
Our veterans know who support them. They definitely know.
All right, so I just want to point something out here. What Dan is all excited about and laughing about is the destruction of someone else's property, which is okay to Dan. If you disagree with that person's politics, you're allowed to take their property and destroy it. So, based on that premise, I think it'd be funny if someone went to his mobile coffee truck. No, listen to this. No. Because he thinks this is great. Grab a Trump flag, stop on it, drive away. Imagine if somebody goes to his coffee shop, spray paints over all of his stupid stickers that he has there. And then Chrissy Mayer or Alex Stein does a TikTok about it. Like, oh, this is hilarious, isn't it? These stupid stickers that he has on here, we spray painted on them. It'd be the same thing as what the story he's telling here, isn't it?
Turnabout would be fair play there, but I don't agree. You shouldn't do it.
Okay.
But it is, Daniel is ignoring a couple things about these two characters. One, the guy who peels in and out of the gas station in the white car is clearly mentally ill.
Yes.
He didn't have enough time to analyze, this is a truck. He peeled in, ripped down the MAGA flag, stomped on it, and left. That's not a lot of time. It's just a crazy person. And the other guy in the black truck, his jaw just dropped.
He didn't know what to do.
He doesn't go, hey, what the fuck? There's no point where he's like, what, sir, what are you doing? This is my property.
Buddy, hey, that's my truck. Hey.
Even if you're not a tough guy, you would go, oh, hey, whoa, please don't do that.
Also, I want to point out where Dan lives is very rural area, central New York.
Yeah.
And when you go to rural areas anywhere in this country, there's a lot of Trump flags.
Right.
A lot. If your objective is to take down all the Trump flags, you're going to be very busy. You're not going to get out of your to-do list checked off.
That's why he moved so quickly. He peeled in, pulled down the flag, and left. He had another stop.
20 more flags to get to. He goes running off. What a stupid story. And again, Record Lover, the guy who creates this account, points out he never pulls out his phone and films anything.
Oh, no, of course not.
Never once do we have any footage. The only time we got footage of something was the Black Santa on his porch. The only thing we actually saw.
Which he may have just bought. His kids probably didn't find on the side of the road.
Okay, so Maynard Plum with $2 says, who are these socials? Episode 85, 17 minutes in, you said horse buckets of money.
I did. It was clearly a mistake. I don't think that's in my common vernacular.
How much money did he have? He had horse buckets, Carl. Wow.
I wonder what I was trying to say.
That's interesting. I'll have to look
That's
for
funny.
that. Thank you for that. I'll check it out. Hamilton Burger, $2 says, Dick WATP crossover, Eric July versus Stut Joe Grifter off. I love it. I love that idea.
Speaking of which, that reminds me, we forgot to play the clip of Solar talking about us.
Oh.
We could maybe think of that next week. I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Yeah. Do we have that on the board last week? We didn't get to it, or?
You emailed it to me the other day, but I just forgot to.
That's right. I forgot to.
Yeah.
That's right. Solar addressed us.
It'll hold up. It's long and
Yes.
droning as she so often
Of
is.
course. and the reason why I didn't play is because she gets us good, Mike.
That's true. Yeah, I know you were probably embarrassed, but I
Yeah,
own up
it's
to
like,
my
God damn it.
mistakes.
She got me again. I own up to my mistakes. When Solar tells you you're doing something wrong, you're probably doing something wrong. The one thing you can do that's right is go to blindmike.net.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we'll be live Sunday at 10 a.m., as we almost always are. So check that out. It's a Craig Sunday. Don't watch Christian. Stay on my... No, I'm kidding.
Stop it.
I'm kidding, of course. Watch us and then watch Christian and watch OJ on Sunday. But also go to Patreon. We just put up the top 10 comedy specials of 2024. And the next Why You Laughing will be the comics to watch in 2025. Our end of the year specials. And Quincy is heating up. I don't usually promote Quincy, but the season has actually been very good, at least for our purposes. So you can watch that. And we did the crossover with Carl the other day. So that's all up for Patreon and YouTube members. BlindMike.net is where you get all those links. I appreciate you guys.
And whoarethese.com is all things Who Are These Podcasts, Who Are These Socials, Who Are These Broadcasters. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You get 2 episodes of Who Are These Podcasts every single week. They drop on Thursdays and Sundays, full episodes, totally free. And Hackamania is coming up. Hackamania, back to the hack. Hackamania 2, hackamania.com. It's in Las Vegas, May 9th through 11th. Promo code WATP for 10% off your tickets. I have not been promoting this. Everyone else has been promoting it. I've already been scolded by Melton for it. I should have been promoting it earlier and more often, but check that out. We'd love to see you in Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a great time last year, and this year it's a better venue. It's a bigger venue. It's more people. It's more people you love. Great lineup. So check out hackamania.com. You can see what the lineup looks like on there. We appreciate the support, everybody.
All right.
Oh, Mike, Sunday during Who Are These Broadcasters?
Yes.
It'll be hard for me to watch because I'll be traveling to Orchard Park, New York to watch the Patriots.
No, should be an
Take
easy.
on the Buffalo Bills.
Should be
Any
an easy time
predictions?
for you boys.
Any predictions for that one?
Enjoy the game.
It's going to be cold.
It'll be an easy one.
It's going to be a cold one. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Josh Allen will lock up the MVP. Have the day you deserve, everybody.
I think you already did.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. They're like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Carl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.